How we getting on, folks? Look at Tremor, as Tremor always has been for me. It's never been really quite the lucky track, let's just say. But we're going to move on. We're going to go for Downpatrick tomorrow. Like Tremor, Downpatrick often doesn't be too, I suppose, successful for us. But look at, if you're going to have a bet, I'm going to try and point you in the right direction as best I can anyway. First race off is at 1 o'clock. We're going to take a little chance here now on the Shunter at 2-1. Last time it ran, obviously it was surrounded by severe controversy. Finished like a train in Tipperary, and trainer Emmett Mullins and the horse itself ended up getting bans and fines and the whole lot. If this horse is primed and ready to go, which I definitely think it will be, it'll be very hard to stop here today. The favourite, obviously, look at Gordon Elliott likes the track, and Gordon Elliott with Jack Kennedy on board is always a very dangerous combination, especially for the favourites' colours here today. But really and truly, it'll take him to be very, very special to beat the Shunter here. I definitely think Emmett Mullins is going to have the Shunter well primed. He's had plenty of time to do so, and yeah, 2-1. Obviously, look at, he needs to prove that he goes well fresh. But if you look at the Tipperary race, you'll clearly see that the horse is well able to go fresh and well able to do the business after a bit of a layoff. And I definitely think the Shunter 2-1 is definitely well worth getting on. Now 1:30, we're going to go with Pat's Pearl, a little, I suppose, risky one here. Currently trading around 33-1, so it's well worth in each way. If you look at the form around this course, I'll just read it out for you here. It currently reads 2-2, 4-2, 8-2, 1-6 fall. Look at, when you look at it like that, there's more 2s and 1s in there than, say, I suppose, times that didn't run into a place. But look at, it's a bit of a course specialist. Brian Hayes is on board. Obviously, Brian Hayes is on the Shunter as well. So if this comes in, it'll be a very, very tasty double for us. But I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to go 33-1 is way overpriced in my personal opinion. It's after dropping down to a fairly nice mark. John McConnell is in great form of late. And as I said before, it absolutely loves going around here around Downpatrick. Like I said, with the last couple of runs, it's been a bit, I suppose, overwhelmed by the weight that's been on its back and the rating that was, I suppose, set. It's after dropping down to a fairly nice mark now again. It's dropped down to a mark that'll make it run fairly credibly if it's, I suppose, still in the same form as it has been before. But look at John McConnell, like I said, in great form. Brian Hayes is a brilliant jockey, and this horse has proven to like it around here before. So there should definitely be no reason why this horse won't go on. If it doesn't win, it will be very, very dangerous for a place. I definitely think it will. It's a very tricky track to, I suppose, get used to for a horse. It's one of the most undulating tracks in the country itself, and it takes a horse that, I suppose, handles the track to actually produce a very good run. And I think Pat's Pearl will definitely do that. And hopefully at 33-1, it'll run on for a very, very nice each way shout. Now the 2 o'clock. Another each way bet here. We're going to go with Fancy Foundations at 11-2. Like I said, Gordon Elliott loves it around here. Jack Kennedy and Gordon Elliott, it's always been a very dangerous combination. And it looks like this Fancy Foundations, although it might be second of the Gordon Elliott string in the market, it definitely looks like the first string here. It's well capable of running a very good race. Obviously with Jack Kennedy on board, compared to a claimer, it's definitely more interesting than the favourite here. Obviously Mason City, it won fairly comfortably before in a bumper. It's primed to go well in a maiden hurdle race or whatever it is. I think it's a handicap hurdle or maiden hurdle or something along them lines. It definitely looks well capable of producing a good run. If it doesn't win, it's at an each way price. It's definitely well worth an each way, especially with Jack Kennedy on board. I think it's going to be very, very hard beat. personally speaking. But yeah, it looks a very, very safe each way bet. Like the worst case scenario, if it comes into place, you're going to get money back, and that's as good as a losing bet any day of the week. Now the 235, we're going to go with the nap of the day. We're going to go with Lighthouse Rose, currently trading around 11-4. Like Pat's Pearl, it's another core specialist. It's run here twice. It has 100% strike rate in terms of placing. Third on his second last time out, and obviously last time out, it absolutely hosed up by, if I'm not mistaken, 13 or 14 lengths. It's gone up, I think, £12 for tomorrow's race. But look at, if it's any way improving, which it's clear as day it is, I think it can rise above the £12 hike. And we've seen it with horses before that have run around here and have run whatever course it may be in Ireland, if whether it's Tipperary with Lord Lariat, or the likes of Punchestown with Tracy Zenniscarty last year. It just seems like horses prefer courses that they know how to win on. And look, at Lighthouse Rose has gotten the taste of victory here before, and I definitely think it's going to take some horse to stop her. Philip Enright is on board for Michael McNiff, if I'm not mistaken. Michael obviously been one of the trainers that has hit the ground running, and I suppose taken the restricted trainers tag and just thrown it completely in the fire. He's well capable of producing winners anywhere he goes around the country, and yeah, I definitely think this Lighthouse Rose is going to be a very, very good horse for around a track like Downpatrick anytime we see it. Now, next race, the 310, the next best of the day, Get Smart, currently trading around 9-4. I really don't think this horse needs to live up to its namesake. I think it is a very smart horse. It was second here last time out. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2 weeks ago, if memory serves me right. Mags Mullins trains, and the winner of that particular race is now a 120, 121 rated horse. If that's the case, it's, with any sort of improvement, it's going to be the same, if not better. And it's definitely well capable of running into a sort of a mark like that. It should, I suppose, take these and lead them on a merry dance here today. Really and truly, it'll take an awful lot of an improvement from one of the horses outside of the market principle itself to, I suppose, reach this Get Smart. And yeah, look, I really can't see it being bet, folks. Really and truly, I could whittle on all day about it, but at the end of the day, it looks like it's a fairly nice shoe-in for this race to get, if I'm not mistaken, its first win on the boards. Now, 345, we're going to go with another each-way selection here. We're going to go with Tom McCourt's Take Along, currently trading around 16-1. Personally speaking, I think this horse is very, very much underrated. It's run some very, very nice races before, even since the start of the season resumed, let's just say. Look, like I said, it's got decent form. Tom McCourt is among the winners recently, and Darragh O'Keefe. In another few years' time, we could be talking about maybe a multiple champion jockey at this stage. I know that's a very bold statement to make, and I don't want to put pressure on Dara's head, but like I said, he's got a very old head and young shoulders. He's riding way above his age. He's one of the best in the country. I've no doubt in time to come, when he starts maturing, going from, I suppose, the claimer tag that he was running in last year, and I suppose getting used to, I suppose, professional standardism now at this stage, it should, I suppose, pay dividends. And look at Dara is a brilliant jockey. If the horse is anyway in form, he's going to ride it in for a place. If not, go on for a win. And yeah, look at 16 to 1, massive overprice. And yeah, I think it's definitely well worth in each way here. Now the 420 last race of the day. We're going to go with Theo Bellator, currently trading at 3 to 1. It was very unlucky last time out. Although it was 125 to 1, it ran on for a very good second. If it wasn't hampered, it was going to win the race really at the end of the day. But look at saying that, it's got a very nice opportunity here. The Gordon Elliott horse, it's very well bred. It looks a fairly nice, I suppose, opener for it. The Sam Curling horse, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, Sam is up north. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Look at, I think I've heard he's up around Antrim or Down or somewhere along them lines, but I could be way off. I could be thinking of someone different. Yeah, and with Patrick Mullins riding for him, that is very interesting. I regard Patrick as one of the best amateurs in the game at the moment. Obviously, with no disrespect to Jamie Codd, but it just goes without saying that Patrick is definitely well capable of holding his own. With any I suppose jockey he comes up against. But look at, yeah, this Theo Bellator. It's obviously proven that it loves the ground, and it loves the ground around Downpatrick. It likes the undulating track. It's well able to win. It was just very unlucky last time out with winning at a colossal price. And yeah, 3 to 1. I think it's still a little bit underestimated. I think it's going to run a very bold race, and any sort of improvement at all will make this horse very hard to beat. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the more safer bets really at the end of the day. I know that's a very bold statement saying it for a bumper, especially with newcomers in here that we do not know what they're going to be like. But yeah, I can see this Theo Bellator running a very nice race. But look, that's it for me. If you're having a bet, very best of luck to you. I know I'm not going to be having a bet tomorrow, but look, if you're going to have a bet, make sure it's small stakes. Obviously, I'm eyeing up Listowel Harvest Festival. That's what I'm eyeing up. I'm saving up my money for that, and we'll be having a few pounds come that week anyway. But look I'm not telling you what to do or what not, but if you're going to have a bet, like I said, the very best of luck. Make sure to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. If you want to see a couple of my articles that I write, you can visit the Peaky blogger on Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is you follow. And yeah, you can also visit the World of Sport website. Like always, I leave the link in the description below. But I'm going to leave it there. And look, thanks very much for listening.